Welcome back to ICT paper 0417. We will be doing paper 3 and we will carry on to the website authoring. This paper is for Feb March 2020. So we are already done with the data analysis or spreadsheet. You will find the link in the comments. Let's go right now to the questions or the task related with website authoring. So task number 3, it states you are going to create a web page and edit a style sheet for just Type for Rust. So it is exactly the same company for the previous spreadsheet task as well. The web page and the style sheet must work in any browser. All color codes except those provided in the source file must be in hexadecimal. So everything that we will code it or write it down, it has to be, all the colors has to be coded in hexadecimal except whatever mentioned already in your source file. So make sure your style sheet contains no HTML. So for this CSS, it needs to be purely only CSS code. Okay, so number 10, create a new folder called JD4R and locate the following files into this folder. So let's go over here, right click, click on new and then folder and type that name. So we have two pictures. Let me highlight the pictures first of all. So we have, we have 3 pictures, 2 PNG and 1 JPEG. So let's put those 3 pictures. So here is the JPEG picture and we have these 2 PNG pictures. After that we have 1 CSS file and another MP4 file. So let's also put these 2 files. So MP4 file and this CSS file. And let's open the evidence document to put the screenshots. We must be already done with some of the evidence for, okay, alright, it was just one evidence from Excel and the next will be starting to be for the HTML. Okay, let's go to the file, right click, group by, it's better to group by type, and you can make it into or view by small icons or as a list or like this. Okay, after that let's go to the next question. Display the contents of your GD4 folder showing the folder name. Okay, here we go. So we need to show the folder name, all file names. Okay, so let me start with the folder name, all file names, extension, dimensions and file sizes, and this will be included in evidence number 2. And make sure that again they're telling you to make those things clearly visible, those criteria or features. So you can see the file name is visible over here. I'm going to take a screenshot for this. And then we have the names mentioned over here. What else? They need all the file names, extensions. So the names are mentioned plus the extension. In case the extension is not showing, go to the view tab and click over or take the next option over here, the second option, file name extensions. And then we have to show the image dimensions and all file sizes. Image dimensions are not showing, so right click at the top here and choose dimensions. If it is not visible over here, click on more and press D on your keyboard and look for dimension. For right now it's over here, so I'm going to take over dimension. Right now the dimensions are visible. Another thing, the size also should be showing. I don't need tags, so I'm going just to remove the tags. I'm going to expand the type. For the date, probably I will just leave it at the end as it's not necessary. And let's take a screen capture for this one. Probably I'm just going to do it from here. And then, okay. And this is going to be our evidence number 2. After that, let's carry on to the next question. Create a web page called jd4r.htm, and this web page must work in all browsers and will have a table structure as shown below. So in this table, we have to calculate how many rows we have. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And how many columns? We have apparently only 2 columns. So let's open Dreamweaver and let's create this structure. After you open Dreamweaver, to go to File, create a new file, and make sure you're selecting HTML file and click on Create. Save again, go again to File and Save As, and make sure you're selecting your working area. This is not my working area. So take the path over here, that will make it easier for you to reach. And here is my working area, and name it according to what they ask you in the question paper to do. So gd4r.htm without any L in it. So copy the name and paste it over here and save it. Okay, so we got our first page. You will notice it is added over here. After that, let's go and start to create this table. To create this table, always make sure it is in split mode. It is better to work in the split mode. And put your cursor in the body section. And go to Insert and go to Table over here. If you cannot find Table over here, go to HTML and you will find all the tools over here. So Table is mentioned here. They will ask you right now how many rows you need and how many columns. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 2 columns. Wait, don't click on OK yet. Just go and read for the next parts. You will notice here there are some numbers. These numbers, so let's say you have also letters over here. Okay, so each table cell is identified with a letter and all dimensions are in pixel. So these numbers, you're saying the dimensions, they are in pixels. And the letter and dimensions shown in the table must not appear at the end of your web page. So these are just guides to let you work and what to set and where to set it. Table borders must appear, okay? So that the border must appear on the final web page. Alright, so from here you can realize the width of the table, which is 1000. So we're going to set the width here 1000 and make sure it is selected to pixels. After that, the border thickness, you can select 1 pixel and click on OK. Alright, so the table is added over here. Let's carry on to the next part. Okay, before I carry on to the next part, right, we need to set this structure to look like, this table to look like exactly like a question paper. So let's start with the first row. First row stating it's supposed to be 1200 height. So highlight the first row. If you're unable to highlight the first row, then you should know that you're here not selected as design. So click over this arrow and it must be selected as live. Go and select it into a design mode. And then after you highlight it, right click and press over table and click over merge cells. After we select these two tables, let's set the width and height. So the width already must be set to 1000. So over here, down here, you should get a properties tab or window. If it is not showing, go to window and click over here to properties. You will get this small tab. You can set it any location you would like to. And right now, let's select the first row. In the first row, you will see that the width and height appearing over here. So you can set again the width to be 1000. It's not going to make a difference because already the whole size defined here in the table to be 1000. After that, the height set it to 200. You will see it changed. The next row is actually going to be combining here. So you will see on the left side we have 2 rows. On the right side we have only one row. So we need to combine these 2 rows and merge them. Okay, so let's start with this one. So let's set the numbers. 640 to be the width. Always the first number is the width, the second number is the height. So select this one and set 640 and the second number 390. Okay. After that, over here, the first one, 360 and 270. So select this one. So 360 and 270. Just let me make sure the numbers are correct. Okay, we have this one line still, one row, which is over here, 360, 120. So 360 and 120. Before the last one, this row is 360 and 120. After that, the last row, it's supposed to be 360 and 270. Okay, this one on the left side. So 360 and 270. This one, it's supposed to be 640 and 270. Okay, so if you went to the design, you will be having a better view. If you want to have a much better view than this, then save it. Go back to your folder and click over this file and open it in the browser. And you can see here it's more or less the same like they're instructing in the question paper. So let's go to question number 12. Place in cell A the image that is called JD4R logo.png. So that's supposed to be in cell number in this cell. So let's go over here, put your cursor over here, and then go to insert and click over image. And that image we needed is this one, which is logo.png, and insert it over here. Okay, it's quite matching with the size. After that, we need to go to the next question. And okay, before the next question, set the width of this image in the HTML to 1000 pixel and maintain the aspect ratio. So let's go and check the picture. What is the picture size? So click on the picture. You will see the picture width is 2000. If you try to save it before you're setting the width, let's have a look here how it looks. See, it expanded the table to double its size. So let's go and set this one as they told us to be 1000 pixel, but make sure your aspect ratio is not destroyed. So over here you will notice there is a lock. This lock is to maintain the aspect ratio. Make sure your lock is not open like this, and it is locked actually like this in the picture. And put the width to be 1000. You will notice that the height will automatically change to also the same. It will be reduced. Let me split it and let me check actually the row itself. Okay, it got adjusted right now. Great. Let's save it and let's have a look over here at our website. By looking at the website here, it makes you feel more confident that you're going through the right steps. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Place in cell. Okay, over here the cells names are mentioned, or letters. So place in cell B the image to be used to select the diving shipwrecks. Which is B. Where is B? B is over here. What we need to place? We need to place the image to select the diving shipwrecks. Let's have a look at the pictures over here. Okay, we already selected this picture, so we have two more pictures. We have dive ships and we have dive aircraft. And seems this picture seems the most matching picture. Wrecks, which is the dive ships. So let's go and set it back in B, which is B over here. So select the cell and make sure your cursor is in it, and then go to image and select the ship, the dive ship, or this ship.jpg. After that, the next part of the question, it says in C, a placeholder of 640 pixel wide and 354 pixel high containing the video clip, which is rec1.mp4, display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video. Okay, to display the error message, this is the second part. First, let's do the first part. Let's insert the video and make sure it is with this height and this width. So let's go. This is going to be in C, and C seems to be this part, the right side. So let's go place the cursor here, insert, and right now we don't need to choose the image, we have to choose the video. So as you can see here, I cannot find any video. Go to HTML and look here for a video. Over here you can find it under the name HTML5 video. Click on it. You will get only this icon. What you need to do in this icon, over here you need to set what will be the video. So as you can see here, as you select this, in the property section you're going to get the source. So click over the sort and browse, and make sure you're in your working area, and click over that file MP4 and add it. Okay, it might not show here, but we still need to set the width and the height. So the width will be 640. So let's set 640, and the height supposed to be 354. All right, save it, and let's have a look over here in our browser. Okay, as you can see, it's showing over here. Okay, after that we need to go and look at the next part. We need to display an automated text-based error message. So we need to show a text message in case this video is not appearing over here. If there is a mistake or any other problems happening with the path or any such issues, then we should be seeing an error message. Okay, to do so, we have to go and we have to click over the video, and in here in the properties section you're going to get a fallback text. So in here you can mention that the browser is not supporting your video type, or there is an issue with specific issue with it. So we can say this video type. Alright, and then let's click back again here. You will find the messages added in here. So we're done with the next part of the question of this part, and then in cell E we need to place an image to use to select diving aircraft wrecks. It is that another image that we found it. We selected this one, but right now we need to use this one, dive aircraft. So that's going to be in E. To find where's the location of E, it's over here, the leftmost at the bottom. So let's go here, select it, insert the image, and take that picture and click on OK. So we got it over here. Let's save it. Okay, let's save it over here, and let's check the rest of the question, and that's it. Let's check the browser right now, and over here it is showing. Okay, so we still have one left here, which supposed to be, yes, D. Okay, the next question is for D. So just enter this text and set it to H1. So let's go over here, let's go to the Dreamweaver and type it over here and set it to format to H1. Next question, enter in cell F the text that is, we offer some of the best wreck diving in the world, and on a new line below this enter the text edited by and followed by your information. So cell F supposed to be here, the last one on the right side. Let's go here, set it, and then next line we have to type edited by and followed by our information. Okay, and put your information. Alright, and we need to set it to okay, this is F, so we need to set F to H2. So highlight them and go to paragraph format and set it to H2. Let's save it and go back to our browser and let's check it. I'm going to zoom it a little bit to check. It's looking good. And let's go back to the question paper. Add appropriate alternate text to all the still images. So we need to add an alternate text to all of them. So how many images do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 images, still images. So let's go and start to add them. So we have the first one at the top here. So let's check, let's click over this image, and in the alt section over here we can put the alternate text. So this image looks like a logo, and even from the name here it's holding the name logo, and just dive for rest. So we can put this here, we can say just dive for rest company, spelling mistake, company logo. Okay, we can set here in the beginning image for this company. Alright, so this is the first one. The second picture seems like a shipwrecks, and from the name here it's holding ship, from the picture denoting here holding the text dive ships, so we can say image for shipwreck. And then for the next picture, which is this one, dive aircraft. Dive aircraft, this can be like from its name aircraft, or those are the wrecks of the aircraft. So again we can say image of an aircraft wreck. Alright, those are the 3 alts added over here. Another over here. Oops, I changed the location. And the first one also added here. Just make sure they are all added. The next question. Attach the style sheet, which is just dive for reg CSS, to this web page and save your web page. So let's go here, save it first, and then I will save it again. Go to the CSS designer. Again, if you don't have this CSS designer, go to window and select over CSS designer. Then in the CSS designer, click over this plus and choose attach CSS file. Browse to it, and you can find the CSS file over here. Click on it and click over OK. Just make sure it is linked. Okay, you will find the website change a little bit. The background color, the text colors have changed. This is the one thing to make sure that your style sheet have been attached. Second way, the CSS file is going to be appearing at the top. A third way to confirm, here in the head section you're going to find the file also. The link is added over here. Alright, so just save it and let's go and run it in the browser. As you can see here, this is the original size, 100%. As you can see here, it's looking much better right now. And let's carry on to the next question. Question number 19. Open that CSS file in a suitable software package and edit this style sheet to add the following specifications. Okay, first of all, let's go to Dreamweaver and open that file. So click on open, and here is the CSS file. So it will be open here separately. Actually, even from here you can see it. Have a look at it here. I'm just opening it separately again. And then what we need to do, we need to make all table borders and grid lines to be blue. One point was mentioned at the top of the question paper, that all the colors must be coded in hexadecimal unless if it is mentioned in the source file, unless those are provided in the source file. So let's have a look here. You will find in H1 it is set to red color. Here red color, except the background in hexadecimal. So these 3 red, we shouldn't change them. Alright, whatever we're asked to add, we only need to change them. Let's carry on to the question. So all table borders and grid lines are blue with no red or green components. with a solid visible collapsed line that is 2 pixels wide. So as we are wanting that all the borders and grid lines to be blue with no any single red or green color, that means we have to use the hexadecimal, and hexadecimal usually holding 3 colors and their combination. So starting with RGB, the first 2 digits will be belonging to the red color. They start from the number 0 and then they are extending till the number F. So if I put 0, that means it's black, and if I'm extending to F, that means it is the white. So right now I am not using any of the color of the red, so that's going to be 2 zeros, followed by the G. I don't need G also, so it's going to be 2 other zeros, and the last 2 digits are going to supposed to be blue, and blue supposed to be FF. So first of all the table borders, so these are the borders. First of all, borders need to be equal to this hexadecimal code. Then secondly, we need to set it to be visible or solid visible or collapsed. The lines of the grid lines all supposed to be collapsed, and it's supposed to be 2 pixels the wide. You remember that we set the pixel over here to 0, so let me to 1, sorry. So let's go and remove the borders from here so we can set it in the CSS file. Okay, so let's get back again to our question paper and let's try to put all of this. Plus over here, all cell padding. The paddings inside the cell supposed to be set to 10 pixels. So let's set all of this together. So this all together will be included in in table and in TD. Let's go to the CSS file and let's put them next to each other so we can read from here and we can add it at the same time. So let's go a new line over here. So we will need to add right now in both table and TD as their internal and external grid lines. So I'm going to write table and TD, open a bracket, and in the bracket we will start to put one by one. So let's start first of all to put okay, I'm just going to combine this and this, I mean the color and solid visible all together. So to type this, we can start by writing border and open the colon, and in the colon you have to mention to them it is 2 pixel border, so 2 pixel, and then put a space and mention to them that it's supposed to be solid, or you can just choose it from here. So solid, put another space, and here we have to define the color. So the color is supposed to be blue, which is 4 times 0, or 2 digits for R, 2 digits for green, and the last 2 digits for the blue color, which is FF. And let's close it. After that we have another value to put, which is for the padding. So for the padding we need just to type padding, and we don't need to specify any specific direction because it's going to include all this padding, so just type 10 pixel. The last one is going to be for the collapse. You have to mention the lines are collapsed. So to mention the lines are collapsed, you have to say border, where is it? Okay, collapse. Okay, write it down and mention it needs to be collapsed and close it with a semicolon. That's supposed to work. So let's save it and let's go back to the source code and check it. Okay, it's over here working right now. Let's go to our website and refresh it. As you can see here, it is working over here. For the next question, add your name, center number, candidate number as a comment at the start of the style sheet and save this style sheet in this folder. And we need to take a screenshot for the contents. Okay, so this is the CSS, or you can go separately and open the CSS and add it over here and take a screenshot. Actually it's already added over here, so whether you open it separately or part of the HTML here page, it will be same visible to you. Okay, let me go here. So we need to add a comment. Let's put it here in the beginning, first line. To add a comment we need to put front slash star, another star, and front slash, and we put over here, let's put the name, center number, and candidate number, and save it. It will be added also over here. Okay, after that we need to take a screen capture, a screenshot, and it needs to be placed in evidence number 3. And make sure that your file name and all contents are clearly visible. So let's go over here, make sure the file name of the CSS file name is visible here, and then let's go to the file document, evidence document, and paste it over there. Let's go over here in evidence 3 and paste it over here. Just make sure when you're printing it is clear. Let's go to the next question. So display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all the text are easily read, and the address bar is visible. This is going to be evidence number 4, and it is clearly mentioned to take just a single shot in the browser. Okay, so let's go to our website, and as you can see here, the website, if it is not properly showing, this is the original size actually, 100%. If it is not properly showing, then use from on your keyboard Control and minus, and it will resize your page. Resize it and make sure your address bar also showing. You can make the browser also smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to make it smaller actually, and then let's take a screen capture for this. And paste this in evidence number 4. Next question, display the HTML source in your editor and take a copy. So there is no screenshot here, just take a copy of the HTML source and place it in the evidence document. That's going to be evidence number 5. Let's go to our Dreamweaver and Control A and Control C, and let's go to evidence number 5 and add all of your code. To make it easy for you to read when you print this page, so to make it just easier to track this code, you just can highlight all the code section and change the font to Console S. This looks like more like a coding font, as you can see over here. If you want to change, not to make it bold as well, because I made the evidence to be bold, so remove the boldness from it. You have space here, so if you want to take evidence number 5 down a little bit, so you will get it into 2 pages, that's much better. Okay, so we're done with the last question in website authoring. The last printing part, or the evidence printing part, is task number 4. They're asking you to print this evidence file and make sure your name, center number, candidate numbers are visible. They're visible at the top, everywhere in the header, and go to print and print this evidence document. Wish you best of luck in your exams, and if you have any question, put it in the comment section.